Hello, everyone. I'm Pat,
And I'm Joshua.
and together with our friends Kelvin and Ariel, who can't be here right now because of an unfortunate accident with the time corridor, we are the hosts of the Doctor Who podcast, Get Off My World.
You can follow us on Facebook or at getoffmyworldpodcast.com.
Our friends, the Sevateem, have asked us to introduce their new project, Resurrection Part 2.
We assume everyone listening is familiar with the classic 1984 Peter Davison story, Resurrection of the Daleks, but what you might not know is that this was the first Doctor Who story to be broadcast as two 45-minute episodes instead of in the four-part 23-minute format that had been usual for the program. On BritBox and on the special edition DVDs of Resurrection, you'll find the story in that form, although it's also been retroactively broken into 4 episodes for release on the standard edition DVDs.
But back in the mid 80s, when this story was first broadcast, some markets, including Minnesota's Twin Cities market, received a version of Part 2 of Resurrection that did not include the final music or sound effects. This was, of course, corrected for all subsequent releases, but it was in this initial, eerily empty and incomplete form that Sevateem composer Christian Eriksen first saw the story. And ever since then, he has always harbored the dream of re recording a new soundtrack for Part 2 of Resurrection. And now, over 35 years later, that's what he's done.
What you're about to hear is one 45-minute track designed to accompany the second, final 45-minute episode of Resurrection of the Daleks. It is the Sevateem's homage to Doctor Who generally and the BBC Radiophonic Workshop specifically. In a broader sense, it is part of a wider reimagining of Doctor Who through fan appreciation and reappropriation. Since 1963, the program has both given ideas to and drawn ideas from its fans, and many of the leading figures of contemporary Doctor Who themselves started out as fans of the program, creating fan works of Doctor Who, fiction, and art.
Like the Sevateem's previous project, The Caves, which provides an emotional and psychological layer to the Caves of Androzani that was always implicit but never highlighted in the original program, Resurrection Part 2 is designed to be heard in explicit conjunction with the story that inspired it. So the Sevateem suggests that the best way to listen to this music is to queue up your copy of Part 2 of Resurrection of the Daleks, the 45-minute version, turn the episode sound off, put on the captioning, and at the 36-second mark, immediately after the end of the theme music, to cue up this album.
Just when you think there are no more gaps in the decades-long narrative of Doctor Who to further explore, artists like the Sevateem somehow imagine a whole new way of doing just that. We at Get Off My World are privileged to introduce you to this marvelous new version of Resurrection of the Daleks Part 2. Please enjoy, and thank you.